Hey everybody, and welcome to Backseat Sports. I'm Josh, and that is Caleb, and baby, oh boys, we won. It's insane. We won. Nebraska won on Saturday. We finally got our first win of the year. And man, I couldn't be happier. It's finally here, and we've been waiting a long time for this.
Pinatas.
It feels like the weight's off our back, and I definitely think that Scott Frost was feeling the same thing.
It looked like he was feeling the same thing. He was almost crying on the sidelines, got a Gatorade bath.
That was a little unnecessary.
Yeah, a little unnecessary.
Kind of felt sad.
Calm down. It's just Minnesota. Yeah. Even Mike Riley could beat him. He beat them. So tons of excitement, adulation from the whole fans. Stadiums, the people in the stadium stuck around to watch and celebrate, to chant. It was nice. Stadium packed out. We had lost 10 straight games.
Oh man.
And we still had over 86,000.
Like imagine if Michigan State lost 10 straight games. There would be nobody at that stadium. It'd be
they can win 10 straight games.
Exactly.
And it can still be pretty vacant.
Yeah. I went to the Nebraska Michigan State game however many years ago when we were both ranked, and it wasn't even sold out. Like, are you kidding me? What a joke. But awesome to see the fans all there. Nebraska put up 659 yards, baby. Just an offensive showcase. Martinez was an absolute monster, man. 25 for 29, absolutely accurate beyond belief. Fantastic play. It was the highest in the country this season, 86.2%, best in the country this season with any quarterback with more than 25 attempts. So awesome stuff from Adrian Martinez. Martinez was the co-freshman of the week this week with Rondell Moore. Obviously, Moore was pretty deserving too. I think Frost even mentioned that in his interview. Like, yeah, Moore was pretty deserving with that win against Ohio State because Ohio State did lose to Purdue. So we're going to talk about that next week. But you know, little sneak preview.
One week at a time, right? We're trying to.
We
don't want to take a nap on a Bethune Cookman.
Oh no, we can't be napping on Bethune.
Yeah, it's super hot. His true completion percentage was 93%.
Yeah.
Oh man, how nasty is that? Yeah, and that's the highest ever for any Nebraska quarterback.
Nebraska record. Woo.
Yeah. So put the freshmen in the record books. Stanley and JD Spielman were exciting to see. Stanley Morgan had 2 touchdowns
10 receptions.
This game and 10 receptions. Ooh. Yeah, that's nice. Both of our studs getting involved. That's always really great to see. And then the other thing, the thing that really gets Nebraskans excited is 3 rushers with over 100 yards of offense. Oh,
so nice.
That gets everybody jazzed.
It does.
Zigbo had a 53-yard run. Oh my, that's our biggest play.
That's his career high.
Yeah, it's his career high, biggest play. It was Martinez. And then Mo Washington showed that he is also versatile and great. Just awesome to see the future and the present right now, just all at work. And 53 points. Man, that's nice to see on the scoreboard. You know, not 30, not 40, but 50 points is nice. And just a lot of things went right.
Maurice Washington was the highest graded running back of the week in the Big Ten, which is pretty cool. And Devine Ozigbo would have been the second highest ranked if he would have had like 2 more carries to qualify. Yeah, he would have been the second highest ranked running back of the week in the Big Ten. So awesome stuff from both backs. I'm on the side that right now it's very close between both Ozigbo and Washington. I think they're a nice 1-2 punch and they play great together. Frost did say that Ozigbo is about a step and a half faster now than he was in the spring, which is pretty interesting. And I think you can tell really on the field. He looks like he's better than he's ever been, and it's been fun to watch both of those guys play.
Yeah, I definitely think both of them are going to be great. And yeah, you know, I'm on the side of Ozigbo definitely should be getting a little bit more carries, and Maurice Washington should be getting about probably around that 10 a game, and Ozigbo more around that 15 to 20.
15.
That 15 to 20 range.
I'd be okay with that. I mean,
because I think
Maurice is explosive. Yeah, for sure. Though
I think Ozigbo he's that yards after contact guy, and he's going to be able to provide that. You know, the play's going to break down, and he knows how to fall forward and get those yards. And you know, he's averaging 7.1 yards per carry, which is just ridiculous. So I think that is definitely awesome. I think Maurice Washington is great. He has explosive and he's super shifty, and I think.
Oh man, he has acceleration on the edge. It's real nice.
Yeah, exactly.
Real nice.
And I think, you know, with another year, he adds on, you know, another 10 pounds of muscle or so. I think the best part about the game for me is when Nebraska lets 2 touchdowns slip by, or 21 unanswered points by Minnesota, and the game is close again.
Just like it was at Northwestern.
Yeah. just like it was at Northwestern. And what do? We march right down the field. Stanley Morgan scores a touchdown. And you know, we learned from our mistakes last week. I knew that
a lot of teams
was going
would collapse in that situation.
Yeah, a lot of teams would. You're absolutely deflated, and then you lose in overtime to a game that you should have won, and you gave up a lot of points at the end. And here you feel the same thing. Scott Frost said,
yeah,
I've seen this movie before, but instead of our players panicking and freaking out, we go down, and then they score a touchdown and then score a bunch more. So that was just really exciting to see. They finally take that step to win a game.
Yeah.
And I think that momentum is going to be huge going into the rest of the second half of the season.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, Eric Lee, he needs props because he potentially may have saved the game for the Huskers on that huge return that Minnesota had down to the goal line. Eric Lee sprinted from like halfway across the field and followed him all the way down the field and made that tackle right down by the goal line. And we ended up forcing a turnover on, completely erasing that long return. And Nebraska would have been in big trouble if they would have scored on that possession. And the fact that Eric Lee was able to hustle down the field and make that tackle to prevent the touchdown on the return, he makes that type of play, and that hustle on special teams is exactly what Nebraska's been needing, and the type of passion that we've been hoping to see. And man, it couldn't have come at a better time for Eric Lee and the Huskers.
Yeah, that DiCaprio Boodle tip on the slant route was huge for the Huskers.
Yeah,
it was nice to see the defense make their own luck, tip up the ball. When that happens, usually someone's going to come down with it, and luckily it was the Huskers. And then we were able to drive straight down the field and score another touchdown. Just awesome stuff. Awesome stuff to see. Now we're rolling in to a team that I have never heard of before until this week, and that is Bethune Cookman, the Wildcats. They're an FCS team, and they're from Daytona Beach, Florida. I had no clue.
We had to look it up.
Yeah, we had to look it up. They've only been to the FCS playoffs 5 times, and they're 0-5. Their marching band's really good. The Husker fans were sad that they weren't able to come because that's what they're known for. But actually, we are playing a football game, ladies and gentlemen. This is a football game.
It is.
Scott Frost gave the guys a one-day bye week. Freedom Akamalladu talked about that, and just that being important for them, and that he's done good things to keep their body rested. So we watched some tape on the Bethune Cookman guys.
Oh, baby.
What did you see?
Oh, they are absolute monsters. No, they're not. They aren't. I actually clicked on the tape. I'm like, wait, am I actually watching a college football game? Like, it looked like that. I'm sorry. They are definitely small. They're fast, but they're small. I mean, they have a chance to make some big plays, definitely, because of their speed on the outside. But that's what it's going to take to probably put some points on the board. We should be able to be more physical than them on every side of the ball at every point in the game. So I'm not too worried about that. I guess it would come down to speed and big plays given up through the air. So we'll see if we can, make that happen and prevent that from happening. But for the most part, it should be a pretty physically dominant game for Nebraska.
I did see, since they are from Florida, there's definitely talent there. So they're not very big, but there were a couple speedy guys on the outside.
Looks like they had some athleticism. Yeah.
Yeah, and secondary has obviously been our weakest point in Nebraska for football this season. So there is some room for big plays. And, I definitely foresee probably at least a touchdown by the Wildcats. But it should be fine. I think the crowd, it'll be a nice family game. Tickets are cheap. There'll be a lot of... I think the wave will get going.
Yeah, tickets are cheap. So if you haven't gone to a game and you want to go to one because it's been too expensive, this is the week. They're like, less. You can get one for less than $20 probably. Your brother's going to his first game, right?
Yeah, he is.
That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, exactly. See.
I mean, expect a lot of yardage and probably a lot of backups playing in the second half. I'm assuming that's what it's going to be. I would assume Scott Frost wants to mitigate the risks, gives the chances to some of the younger guys to play and get some experience here in Memorial Stadium, in front of the crowd. And as long as the game's going well, which I'm expecting it to go well, that's probably what we're going to see.
There's definitely a good chance to have 2 or 3 people at over 100 rushing yards again.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
In the following week. I think there'll definitely be some big plays. And with that said, that's why I'm going to go with my score prediction. I'm going to guess that Nebraska's it's going to be 63-7. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully we'll get to see a lot of different people score the football, maybe like Wyatt Mazur and other running backs get in there, maybe Jalen Bradley. But yeah, that's my prediction. Josh, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be close. It's probably going to be somewhere around like 58-10, you know, somewhere in that range. It shouldn't be too crazy, and it should be a fun game. Hopefully Nebraska can show off a little bit and stay rolling for a chance to make something magical happen next weekend against Ohio State. And that's all that we can hope for sure. So I'm excited for the game. Looking forward to it for sure.
And as always, we love to hear what you have to say. How much points we're going to be able to put on Bethune Cookman. How long before we pull the starters. Let us know what you have to say. We love to hear it. And as always, I'm Caleb. That's Josh. This has been Backseat Sports, and we'll see you next video.
See ya.
We now have a new starting punter and
a punting change. Interesting stuff from Rossi.
Yeah, exactly. Well, anything to try and get it going. I'm a fan of at this point. When you're losing the field positioning battle.